Hello and welcome back to my channel Feel Your W. This video opens up the first of 7 categories you will see here, and I believe it's one of the most important one as its subject predetermines the quality of your life. I called it Feel Your Worth. And what I mean by this is how much you value yourself, how much you accept yourself, and how much you love yourself. And I'm sure you agree there are certain things and thoughts that get in the way of us feeling this way, right? And one of them, I believe, is a negative self-talk. And researchers show that up to 80% of the thoughts we have daily are negative, which means that some of those thoughts will be directed into us. And up to 95% of these negative thoughts we are likely to repeat over and over. So it's important to minimize the negative self-talk we have, to have the energy and the motivation to go and pursue the dreams and the life that we want. So there's definitely room for improvement, right? So in the next minutes, you will learn how to spot the difference between occasional behavior and a trait of your identity. Also, how to make a quick analysis to give yourself proof you're not actually as bad as you think you are. And also, how to use this knowledge into minimizing the negative self-talk you give yourself. Are you ready? Kasia, are you nuts or something? You stupid. Who gave you the right to go and talk to these people and say the things you want to say? I did, and I'll prove it to you. All right. I don't really think so. Must be these glasses. They're so negative and dark. I better get rid of them. Our behavior, just like what we see through the glasses, are a result of the lenses we put on them. And there are so many different aspects. Our mood, our background, our sense of safety, the relation we have with the person we're interacting. But they change. And when you don't have exactly the same behavior to every single situation, it means that it's not necessarily a part of your identity. And what does it mean? That you're human. It's natural that sometimes our behaviors don't turn out the way we want, right? And this is the part you probably struggle with the most, because this is when the self-critic just comes in and, oh my God, he's so judgmental, right? And why wouldn't he be? You just gave him a proof why you suck. But do you really? Let's find out. Now, I'm quite an analytical person, and I'll share with you how I lead my internal debate of how much criticism I deserve and allow myself after I do or say something that leaves me with a poor result. I use these 3 questions and a conclusion. Number 1 is when. What are the circumstances in which this behavior occurs? Number 2 is how often. I think of 5 situations and I try to recall out of these 5 how often this behavior repeats itself. Number 3 is impact. Do people perceive me this way? Would they describe me that I have this behavior as a standard? I gather up the information and I make the conclusion answering the question, do I believe it's more of an occasional behavior or if it's more of a weaker trait that I have? And to give you an example, so I have this bossy tone, you know, the one that is very irritable. And I know about it. I've been told by a couple of people and I'm working on it. So I asked myself these 3 questions. When does it happen? What are the circumstances? So now I'm aware that it happens when I'm especially under time pressure. I want to get things done and sometimes it's just out of my control and it happens. Number 2 is how often. So out of 5, I would say once or twice that this happens. Number 3, the impact. Do people perceive me as bossy? I've never been told that they do, and I don't really think that I am, so I go with no. and I gather the information, I think, and I come to the conclusion that, okay, it's more of a occasional behavior that I have that I choose to work on, and I think I am working on it, rather than the part of who I am. But what if it turns out it is a part of who I am? This can happen too, and it's all good. To give you another example, I myself am not the person that is most punctual. I know it, I'm working on it. So I make my analysis. What are the circumstances? So I know that when I think I've got too much time to leave for the meeting straight away, I start doing something, and then in the end I get caught up and I might be a couple of minutes late. And it happens that I am. Number two, how often? So I say out of 5, maybe 3 to 4 times. 3, impact. Do people perceive that I won't be on time? I would say most of the times they will think that I will be a couple of minutes late. So yes. So based on those information, I will make a conclusion that, yeah, I would say it's more of a weaker trait that I have rather than just my behavior. Kasia, what do I do now? Thank you for asking. You congratulate yourself. Woohoo! You, my friend, just learned something about yourself. And now you can choose if it's something you would like to work on. Because guess what? There are some behaviors that maybe you don't want to change and you're just okay with them. And that's absolutely fine. So take, for example, cooking. You might not be great at it, and doesn't mean you have to force yourself into getting better. Or maybe you can just accept the fact that, okay, it's one of your weaker traits maybe, but you can just outsource it. Maybe you can dine out, or you can order a box diet, or you can get someone to cook for you. There are so many different solutions we can apply once we make the decision ourselves and we are aware of who we are and what our behaviors are. Using this analysis gives you clearer view and proof that can help you limit the negative self-talk, because we rely on our mind a lot, and when we give it a logical explanation why things aren't the way he's trying to sometimes tell us it is, we actually have a reason, a logical reason to lower what we talk about ourselves, especially if it's in a negative way. And regardless of what you do with that knowledge, it's up to you completely. But just knowing itself how your behaviors are and what are just the behaviors and what are some of the weaker traits that you may have, and we all do, helps you grow, because it automatically gives you more acceptance into who you are as a person. And now for today's task. But before I do, if you like this episode, be sure to hit the like button. And also, if you're interested in getting more tools into how improve your life, be sure to subscribe. Then you'll get notified every time I post a new video. Thanks a lot. This task comes with a little disclaimer. Treat yourself on this one as you would treat your friend. For the next 3 days, whenever you catch yourself doing the negative self-talk, just stop and treat it as if it would be a behavior. So for me, I would say, instead of Kasia, you're stupid, I say, I behaved inappropriately. Or you can try the third person, Kasia behaved inappropriately. And please try to use your own name instead of mine if you do it. And remember, for now, I want you to treat everything as a behavior, because I'm sure that you're used to this self-narrative about just talking about yourself as everything is who you are. So later, when you have time, you can do the analysis using the 3 questions I talked about, and then decide what is an actual behavior and what is some of the traits and what you want to do with it. And also, remember that intention is the key. Even if you do something and it's misinterpreted, it's up to you to make some amends or to clear the situation. All good? Stating facts is different from giving yourself self-judgment. It's good to see what happened and analyze. Now you've got some tools that will help you see better who you are and work on the behaviors that don't serve you. Thank you all for watching, and I'm wondering, what are the ways that help you with your negative self-talk? Please leave me a comment or reach out to me directly. I'd love to know what you think. And also, remember, we all make mistakes. Still, I'm sure you're better than that. So feel your worth.